I want to shift gears a little bit. And I'm going to share something with you, a brief dream I had this week. I don't remember ever having a dream this alarming. Never. This was from the Lord. It was a prophetic dream. And it sent my alarm level ratcheting up. And you guys know, for several years now, I felt the Lord has just put this thing on me that we're about to lose our country and how. And we, of course, called together things that resulted in the Oak Initiative. And, we've been pursuing that, and we've been trying to do what we could. But this dream just sent my alarm level up several notches. And I'm going to tell it to you briefly. I was in a log cabin, a huge log cabin in a dream. And it represents something. I knew in the dream it had something to do with Lincoln. I don't want to get into that now, but it was Lincoln's house. But it was our house. Every room was a different part of America. And it wasn't just a different geographical part. It was like over here was commerce and business. Over here was the faith. And, every room were different aspects of what America is. And I was just going throughout room to room. In every room, little fires would pop up, little fires. And we'd just stomp them out. And finally it started really bothering me. Why are these fires popping up everywhere? What's going on? So then we're about to go out into the yard. And the yard was a military base in the dream. And another little fire just popped up over here, close to where we were walking out. So I just went over to stomp out this little fire, and I realized this one had burned all the way through the subfloor. It had burned a hole all the way through the floor, so after I put it out, I looked through that hole, what was underneath the building. The whole building, the whole foundation of the building was hot coals of fire that were burning. And this building was about to blow. That's why they were popping up all over. They were just breaking through in little places. The whole thing was on fire. The whole thing was about to be burned up. And if you're a fireman, whenever you see something like that, you run for your life. That's the only answer there. And I started to do that in a dream. And yet I remembered my computer. And it was close by, just not too far. So I was just going to run back, grab my computer, and then I heard the voice of the Lord say, "You don't have time for that. Get your wife and get the hose." And that was the end of the dream. Now, in dreams and visions, your wife is normally the church, often the church. She's got a fire hose. She's the only one that can stop this disaster. The only one that can stop this. The water is the truth. The truth. And I don't think the Lord would have said that to do this if we couldn't do it, if we couldn't stop it. But I appreciate the significance of the elections Tuesday. I believe they're the most important elections we've yet had. As I said years ago, every election from now on, including midterms, we're going to be more critical than the election before. And we better get engaged. I tell you, if you don't go out and vote, shame on you. Shame on you. This basic responsibility, this basic authority that we have been given in our country to be another way we can be the salt and light we're called to be, in a major way. We need to be engaged. But I don't care who we elect, it's not going to fix what's going on. And we really need to learn. Whoever goes to Washington, we keep getting our people in up there and thinking, okay, that's done now. They'll handle, and nothing gets done. I tell you that whoever goes up there are not going to be able to fix. They are not the answer to this emergency. The church is the only one that can deal with this. The church alone can deal with this. She's got the fire hose. She's got the truth. Now, that put in me a resolve. I'm going to do everything I can to put the truth out as clear, as hard, as fast, whatever. But I don't believe it's just a few people either. It's all of us. We've got to speak the truth. We've got to speak it with clarity, with boldness. Wherever we are, whatever domain we're in, wherever we are, we've got to be faithful to the truth that God has given to us and speak the truth. And the truth is a lot more than just prophecy of what's going to happen. No, it's God's ways. This country will not make it if we don't turn back to God and his ways, because this country was dedicated to the Lord. And you don't use the dedicated things of the Lord in a profane way without a curse coming upon it, or the Lord says, I will destroy it. Other nations can get away with stuff we cannot get away with. He will destroy us rather than having the dedicated things of the Lord defiled. Now, America can go up, and his kingdom is not going to be slowed down 1 minute. America is not the New Jerusalem. We're not the whole answer to God's problem. But we don't want this to happen on our watch. It's not supposed to happen. And we can stop it. But if we don't wake up, and it was go get the church. That's how the Oak Initiative was born, to awaken the church to become the salt and light she's called to be. We've got to do this now, or we're going to lose everything. And listen, we do not have until 2012. It's now. It is upon us right now. One of the worst things that could happen is for us to think that we had a big victory after Tuesday's election and start relaxing. I tell you, we better not relax for a minute. It's just beginning, and it is an ultimate emergency.